Okay, in this video I'm going to explain how Amazon S3 pricing structure works. I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible, so bear with me. If you're watching this video on YouTube, bottom right hand side you've got the full screen mode, and you can also change it to HD if you want to get the higher quality version. Okay, just jump into my YouTube channel here. I've got an email from Moon who asked about a video service. He's got a website and he had to shut it down because it was getting too expensive, and then he's found Amazon S3 and he wanted to ask how it worked for 50 gigabytes. Please give me a simple, easy to explain or easy example so I can start again. So I'll do my best to answer this easily for you. Further down he asked, can I connect my video sharing database to Amazon S3? Is it possible to make a YouTube? Okay, yes, it's possible to make a site just like YouTube. I think if you do a search for YouTube clone scripts, there's very similar scripts out there that function the same as YouTube does. Obviously on the back end of that you need somewhere to store the videos, so in that case you would use Amazon S3. So maybe do a search for S3 YouTube website script or something like that into Google. You'll find some other YouTube scripts out there. Also, is it possible to connect my video sharing database to Amazon S3? If I'm answering that correctly, I think, well, if I think what you're asking me is, can you put your database in Amazon? Yes, you can. They have a whole like cloud network for now databases. You can effectively run a whole website on Amazon services using their database, their storage, everything. But it's a little bit more technical. You don't have to have a cPanel login. So I don't know much about that, so I can't exactly answer how to set it all up. I've not tested it fully. I know they've just rolled out some sort of one-click installs for things like WordPress and all these different services, so I've not tested them all fully, but you can effectively run a whole platform on Amazon. I use it for streaming videos and for backups or for storage. So really, regarding your first question about the 50 gigabytes, I'll just sort of roughly explain to people. Amazon S3 is a storage service, but you can stream your data from there. So if you wanted to share a file with someone, you can effectively produce a URL where that file is stored, and you can share it with someone. You can make it public or private, so you can just send it to them. They could maybe look at the video, they could download a file or a folder or whatever it was you were sharing. But it's not a very user-friendly platform that most people are familiar with. Like say something like Dropbox, for example. That's really a storage service, and on the backbone of Dropbox they run off Amazon S3. Okay, but the user interface Dropbox is very user friendly. You can share files with your family and friends, but on the back end it's really just function off Amazon S3. So Amazon S3, if you're using it to store and stream videos, you can store videos on Amazon S3, and then you'd have to embed a player on your own website which called that video from Amazon S3 wherever it was stored in its folder. There are players out there. I use a service called EasyS3. I'll put a link below this video. They act as like a middleman, so I can build my players using their services. I build their players, and I can just get a script and I embed it on my site. And the script just calls the video from Amazon S3. So they're really just a middleman. They allow me to build players and secure players. So that's a great service, and that's why I use them, because I can secure video files. But to explain to you about your pricing, if you go to Amazon S3 and on the left you've got pricing, it shows you here the pricing they charge, right? 1 terabyte this is pretty much 12 cents or 13 cents per gigabyte. And then they also charge you for data transferring. So when someone watches one of your videos, if it's stored in S3, you'd have to pay a fee to transfer that data out. And you can see here the first gigabyte is free, and then it's 12 cents per, or up to 10 terabytes. Okay, so in the example question we can run they've got a calculator. If you go to this link here, AWS Simple Monthly Calculator, it's going to load up all of their calculators. Okay, on the left I'm going to choose S3. In here I'm going to uncheck this first because I'm not a free usage tier customer, so I've been using them for 12 months, so I'll uncheck that. And I'm going to put in here 50 gigabytes, and to make this easy to understand, let's just say that I had 50 files, all of 1 gigabyte each. Okay, so let's say there are 50 videos, each of them was 1 gigabyte. So the data transfer out, if someone was to watch my 50 files once, I would effectively be data transfer would be 50 gigabytes out as well. Okay, I'm going to click add to bill on the right here, and you'll see this updates here. My estimated monthly bill is now $12. So you can see here, as the breakdown is that my storage is $6 for storage and $5 or say $6 for transfer out, and that's in these different regions. As you can see here, they've also got regions, so for the US East and US Standard region. So let's say this will update, this price here will update as I change this. If I just put this to 20, let's say only 20 videos were watched, you can see it now updates to £8 or $8.53. So they have a full calculator where you can work this out. Now if you have a video website and you had 50 gigabytes of videos on it, and let's say all them videos are being watched, so it's only going to cost you, in this case say it's 50 gigabytes of data transfer, it's only going to cost you $12 a month to run that website if those 50 videos were watched 50 times. Okay, that's what it's going to cost you. Obviously be aware that if that starts going up to 80, let's put it into 80, obviously your price is going to increase up to 15 now. So it really the way Amazon Web Services works is you only pay for what you use. So if you have a really busy site and it's getting hundreds of views, your price is going to increase if you're getting more and more views. So if your data transfer of your videos out was increasing, then your bill's going to pay. But effectively, if your traffic's increasing and maybe you're showing advertising on your site, then you could be getting more money through advertising. So it's really a way to try and work out what's cost effective. But initially, for what I use it for storing and backing up photos and videos, and also use it for streaming all the videos to my private members sites. And my bill is never really at $12 a month. I don't have just videos on there. I have, obviously, like I say, images as well. But it's a very low cost service for streaming and storing data. So that's the easy way to calculate. So to answer Moon's question, go and use their calculator and run it through here. I'm not sure what put, copy, post, list requests are. You can read all about them. I really don't get too involved in what everything means here just yet until I need to know what they mean. But right now I don't need to. My bill's at, say, $10 a month, and it's sometimes way less than that. If I don't get many views on videos, then it'll be right down to $6. So it's just how the beauty is you pay for what you use. So that's kind of how it works. So it is a great service if you want to use a good service for delivering video online. Then Amazon S3, you want to use their calculator and price it up. What I'll do is I'll make another video showing you how I store the video in S3, and then how I also stream it to my website. I'll make another video on that to show people how it's done, and you'll probably be able to understand it a bit more anyway.